Hi, this is Raven, and in this video I'm going to show you how I use unit animations because they sort of help to increase the mission ambience. So first of all, I'm just going to put a civilian down so I can play the civilian and see what's going on, and we'll just put a officer down. Now if you go to the unit and in its init file, if you just copy and paste this, and I'll put this in the video comments, and the bit that you need to change is in the quotations, so sit2, and I'll put a list of the animations that I use as well. So you just literally copy and paste all this in and then change this. So we're going to have the officer lean against the wall, so we'll just put lean, OK to that, and we'll put him up against the wall. Now if I remember rightly, he leans on his left, so I'm just going to turn him away from the wall slightly and make sure he's up against the wall. OK, let's just bring our guy over here so we can see easier, or just play that to check it. Always check everything you do. So there he's leaning. OK, his arm's actually in the wall, so we need to pull him out a little bit, and we need to twist him facing out a little bit more as well. So we'll go back to editor. So we just need to pull him out slightly from the wall and check again. Can get a bit tedious, keep checking, but it's well worth it. So there he's leaning, but he's now far away from the wall, so maybe come away a bit too far. Let's go back to editor. This may seem a bit of a pain in the arse, but it makes the mission just feel so much more real. Okay, so it's nearly there. We can just push him in a little bit more and I'll show you something else. So what we're going to do is give him another guy or two. So let's just stick down a rifleman, and what we can do is put down a chair, camping chair, and another rifleman. So what we can do is just copy this, put in there, in there. We want this guy, we're going to change to sit 2, I think it is, and this guy watch. So we're going to actually have this one looking like he's actually doing the work. So we'll put him out here on the road. This could be like a checkpoint on a road or something, and you can have the guys sort of looking like they're a bit sort of lazy, or you know, having a bit of a easy time with it. Now with the chair, all you want to do is get the guy and move him close to it, and he should just automatically sit down on it. And I've seen a lot of different tutorials out there that use animations, but with them the guys don't react. So if you add an animation to them and an enemy comes along, they won't react, whereas in this case they will. So even if the guy's sitting down, which he will be, they will get up and react. And I'm going to add a couple of CSAT guys in a minute, but I'm just going to show you these guys now. So you can see this guy here, he's sort of looking around, so he's having a little watch. This guy's sitting on the chair and this guy's leaning. Oh, we didn't actually push him over a bit. We need to push him over a little bit, but I'll let you have a play about. You can sort of tweak the guys' positions. So what I'll do now is I'll just add a couple of CSAT guys so you can see these guys react. So if I just stick them over here, I will just use Sentry S2, yeah. So if we give them a waypoint, we'll just tell them to run down here. So these guys should see them run down there and engage. So let's have a look at that. So he's leaning and sitting and watching. CSAT guys should run across there. Here they come. And there you go. Wow. The old CSAT boys double R, don't they? Mind you, they've got the armour on. These guys haven't got anything, so. Okay, so you get the idea. Okay, I just thought I'd show you one more thing. So, if you have a scenario where there's a military base and maybe they don't see much action, you want them to sort of appear to be pretty relaxed and chilled out. One good way of doing that is having some of the soldiers sit on the wall, or sit on places they shouldn't really be sitting. So the wall or the roof here. I have had issues where they glitch sometimes, but you can sort of test it and sort of see for yourself if it works or not. But if you're sort of just creating an area where they're not going to see any action and not going to react, or you can remove the reacting part out of the string, then it won't be an issue anyway. So I'll just show you how to do it. If you go to props, type in arrow, and I use the directional arrow, so it doesn't matter what colour, I'm just going to use yellow. And the reason I use that is so you can see which way the unit's going to be facing. So I want him to sit on this wall, and I'm going to turn the arrow to face out because I want him to sit on the wall and face this way. So let's move the arrow over and up. Now the little yellow mark inside is the center of the arrow, so we want that to be in the center of the wall, and the bottom face of the arrow wants to be just touching the top of the wall, so he's not actually sitting in the wall. So if you see there, I pull it down, it starts cutting into the wall. So we just want it so it's just starting to touch the wall like that. And we just want to call this whatever you want to call it. So arrow, you might want to call it arrow 1, 2, 3 or whatever if you've got a load of different positions, but just for purposes of demo. Now I've just got this guy left, so if we open his properties up, and he was the watchman, so what we're going to do is change the watch to say sit, and then after the quotation, comma, and you want to type ASIS, and that needs to be in quotation, sorry, and then comma, and then whatever you call the arrow. So in this instance we call it arrow, and that's just saying use this animation but use it on this object. So he will now sit on top of there, but obviously we're going to have this big yellow arrow in our game, so we just want to hide that. So and I've covered this in another video, but I'll also put it in the comments so you don't have to go looking for it. So arrow, hide object, true. Right, and I'll just show you. So there you go. So there's no arrow there, and he's sitting on the wall. Looks quite cool. Looks like he's proper chilled out. Like I said, I have had cases where if he reacts to something, he'll just bob up and down on top of the wall. Or sometimes you might be lucky and he'll fall off the wall, and then it's okay. But it looks a bit messy if he reacts. That's all I'll say. So it's up to you. You can just remove that part, and I'll just show you now if you don't want him to react. So just go into his properties and to delete everything up to the ambient animation. So just this part here, and he won't react. Okay, hope that helped. Take it easy.